Alrighty. Welcome everyone to the Millennium Racing League. I am co-host Xander Zidell. Obviously, I'm with a private Patton. We're at Chicagoland tonight for an awesome race. It's going to be an amazing race with these Xfinity Series drivers with a nice size field here. Patton will be with us in just a moment. But in the meantime, we'll get over and we'll preview this race just a little bit. Obviously, Chicagoland, a tough track to race at. It's so hard to pass. But if you can make the pass on the outside, or maybe even try and sniff your nose out on the inside, you'll see a lot of drivers do that here tonight. Along with Chicagoland, Chicagoland is such a huge racetrack. You try and arc your way in there, and it's a tire-saving track, so you need to be able to be competitive and still race, but also save that extra little bit of tires for the long run. I'm also here joined with my in-race reporter, Brandon. Brandon, I have a quick question for you. How are you feeling tonight, sir?
I have no idea. This ain't one of my best tracks, but we'll try. Try and keep the podium streak alive.
Well, that's the great thing about racing. You never really know what's going to happen until you really get into it. I have another question for you. How do you feel about your car tonight? Do you think that, with Chicagoland, you kind of go on a higher preset so you can turn a little bit? Is that something that you're looking forward to, or is that something that you don't like about Chicagoland?
You definitely need a high preset. We gotta watch the long ones, make sure it doesn't get loose off the corner. I'm kind of like in between it. It'll be loose, but
Chicagoland is indeed one of those tougher tracks, especially since it's kind of changed with game to game. Early on, it was sort of that you just hold it wide open and you run the bottom, but now as the game's kind of progressed, you kind of have to let off a little bit more and let the center roll. And this is one of those tracks that Patton likes to say. You can go fast in, slow out, or slow in, fast out. There's not really that middle ground. So what do you think? Do you think that you're a slow in, fast out, or do you think you're fast in, slow out?
I always like to back up the corner and get a good exit. That's always how I've been. So, slow in, fast out.
All right, I like that. It always gives you that better run off, especially when you're in traffic. And now I'm joined here by Patton. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. A little bit of intro right there. I literally just got home for everyone watching right now, for like literally 5 minutes ago. So, Xander, Brandon, I appreciate you guys. One coming up here and helping me out. Of course, Brandon's going to be the in-race reporter for tonight, and Xander for just watching from the booth. Of course, you won yesterday. I noticed that's one thing you didn't say, so you definitely know how to get out and around this mile and a half. And I'll tell you what, it looked to be you had the car to beat. Do you care to share a little bit on what to expect from these guys here in terms of strategy?
Well, I expect a lot from everyone. I think that there's so many talented racers that are in this field that the racing is going to be so tight and so compact, and everyone's going to be so close to each other. So I think strategy comes with a premium. I mean, you saw some people do some different things yesterday. For example, stayed out as long as possible and came down pit road and got fresh four and was able to retain the lead. But I think that you could see some people kind of short pit a little bit and gain some time off of that because you have a fresher tire, so you run a little faster than those people who stay on the track a little longer.
And that's one thing UK definitely said that he missed as well. And as soon as he wasn't able to quite make it to your back bumper, it really noticed as well that you can gain a lot of time on pit road. There are some that are still a little iffy. Of course, the MRL, the Millennium Racing League, is comprised of a bunch of different leagues. Some run with black flags on, some run without. And you can definitely tell who practices pit road. And I'll tell you what, how difficult is Chicagoland getting on the pit road, Xander?
Oh, Chicagoland is one of the most difficult races to get onto pit road because the bottom line is the preferred line. I think somewhere at Kansas, for example, I think it's a little easier to get on pit road because everyone runs the high side. So you just have to be careful not to get ran over. And I look at Chicagoland's pit road as a little bit easier than Atlanta. You have to slow your car down on the banking and then once you get off of the banking, you can get a little bit upset. The back end can get upset if you don't brake correctly. So you can either gain a lot of time on pit road, or you can lose a lot of time on pit road, and you can even spin onto pit road, and that is a double whammy. So you'll definitely see some drivers look out for that.
Yes, and for sure. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm looking at the qualifying leaderboard right now, and we only had two times put in, but that's because everyone that is racing was expected to just show up and race. So they think, you know what? What's the difference of putting in a lap? Well, I'll tell you what. There is a reason. One thing we saw last night is a big change in the combined standings with Casey not showing up and not putting in a lap. Right now, he was the one to get into Cup next season, but because he missed a race, he is no longer able to, well, get that honor right now, of course. So right now we are looking at Nathan Agent Orange up on pole, and this is his third pole for the season. The first one was at Atlanta, the season opener, and the next one was at New Hampshire, and that was race number 3 of the season. So now here we are in race 6, the second half of the season, and I'll tell you right now, Dakota, Agent Orange, so that's Nathan, and then Dakota, the two buddies are on the front row. So I'll be looking to see how that works on out, depending on who all shows up. So we're gonna see how that is, because to kind of explain that by what I mean is everyone that's showing up is on the inside, so everyone that isn't showing up is on the outside. So that line moves on up. So that's going to be interesting to see. So it won't. What I'm going to do real quick, Xander, is I'm going to set up the lobby, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you here when we can go green. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right, Xander. Looks like we're getting everyone loading in right now. I'm seeing, by my count, currently 6 drivers, soon to be 7, because I know Blakey T is wanting to get in here. So I'm actually about to message him real quick, just to make sure that he gets the memo. But who's your picks for tonight?
Oh, there's so many in the field. It's so hard to pick one. I think that it's such a premium for track position. But if I was to pick one, I'm gonna go Nathan. I think Nathan has a great looking car. But also you can never count out Brandon, even though Brandon over here is lying to me about how Chicagoland's not one of his better tracks. I think he's lying to me a little bit. So
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. I have actually, as much as I want to just double dip and say that Nathan's going to get. I have to choose someone different. I'm going to say Packers. I think Packers. I'm looking at the stats right now, and he has podium finishes, but he has not finished above third. And honestly, that's kind of hurting him in points just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but I think he is the one to watch here. Chicagoland is definitely one of those tracks. As you said yourself, is all about tire management, and he is one of the best at that.
For sure.
Of course, if you want to go for the dark horse, though, who would you pick for your dark horse? Who's the one that, given the right circumstances, will be up there?
I think that if you, that's such a tough choice. I think that you can decide between two people, but I'm gonna go this one person. I know you're gonna take the other. I'm gonna go Dakota. I think Dakota is in the midst of learning and processing. I mean, he's a really great driver, and when he gets in his rhythm and he starts to click off laps, I think that he can be a top three car. So I think that he's one to look out for.
Yes, and actually, while you are on the topic of Dakota here, the stats are right in front of me. He has a average start of 7.6, and actually, with this moving forward, he is definitely going to be improving that to a premium. So, and his average finish so far is 6.3. His best finish is Atlanta with P4. I'm sorry for stuttering so much, but yeah, P4 is currently his best, and we will see how that works. If I were to choose a dark horse, I feel like Baseball Kid. Baseball Kid has been steadily increasing his skill, his patience level to a premium here. And Baseball Kid currently seated in the day standings, of course, not overall, is P4. And his best finish so far this season has been P3. He got that inaugural Xfinity podium at Atlanta, and after that, he's been kind of floundering right outside the top five with a P6, two P6s actually, a P8 and a P10. So I would have to say Baseball Kid is the one to watch for I guess a dark horse. But one thing I would want to point out here is that Kalen will not be joining us. Unfortunately, that is his boat motor is dead in the water right now, so he will not be joining us, and that is going to be huge for the combined standings as well, because of course he is not putting in a lap, so he doesn't get last place points. But even with that, he is in the fight for the day standings, and he's currently seated P3 there, 53 points out. And with this actual missing of the race, it's probably going to bring the championship down to two guys, and that's going to be Nathan and Packers. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's such a tight battle, and there's not many races to decide this. So consistency is such a key, and missing races is a tough thing. So I'm not gonna say who I think is gonna win it, but it could be either one of them.
And of course, like I said, it's going to come down to well, especially in a season-long points, but in a season-long points battle that is only 10 races to kind of get everyone's feet wet here. 10 races, that's not a lot of time, as you said. So everyone is going to be, well, one race matters. Every single race matters, and especially as we look forward to the schedule. After this race, we are at Darlington, which makes or breaks a lot of people. Darlington, there are some that are great at it, and there are some that aren't. So we're gonna see how they do, and not only that, but we still have another road course to go to after this. We have the Charlotte Roval in a few races time, so we're gonna see how that works. But of course, here at 10:10, the time is now. I'm going to give you an invite, my friend. And because I don't know if I actually sent you one, so I apologize about that. Just make sure you have one, and of course I'm gonna give another one just to make sure. But with that being said, we are green light here, so I'm gonna be talking to Discord real quick. And with that, guys, we are all good. Let me know when we can accept our invites. Good luck, guys. Pace speed will be 60. Go at the line, not restart zone. Good luck. of course, to kind of go to the YouTube chat right now, we have a lot of people watching. BS14 Cars, who was got his inaugural podium yesterday, is watching right now. He says the 89, 61, and the 20 are the ones to watch. So the 61, Blakey T, we haven't really talked about him that much, but Blakey T as well is looking to be. Well, we did talk about him, but Blakey T is looking to get back on his podium streak. Daytona kind of derailed that, but before that, at Bristol first, New Hampshire first, and Mid Ohio was second. So Daytona was a bit of a bit of a rush streak for that, but right now he's looking to get back on track here. So and of course, then we also have Baseball Kid in chat right now. Of course, he's going to be watching the stream and racing right now. So, and then Jagger as well, all in chat. So, hello, guys.
You guys can
Hopefully,
join.
there we go.
Thank you.
So, we can join on in right now. Looks like there's going to be a grand total of seven drivers in right now. Unless you already joined, then that's 8. Yeah, you're already in. So, yeah, 7 drivers. So same amount as we had yesterday. And actually, that's a little surprising. Chicagoland is a mile and a half, but it doesn't have the grandeur that like Charlotte has. There's a lot of people that come in for a certain race. Like last week, we had Rockstar and Chicken come in for Daytona. That's because they're known for their super speedway prowess. There are people that came in from Mid Ohio because they're known for road courses. Chicagoland is one of those tracks that's just kind of there. I mean, unfortunately, it's no longer there in real life. It's a parking lot. So, I think with Darlington, we're going to see people. I already heard that there are people that's going to be joining for Darlington on both Sunday and Monday. So we're going to see how that works. So, of course, we have 7 people, like I said, joining us right now. Nathan's taking that poll. We have... Dakota is actually electing to stay in the back right there. Actually, no. They're getting everything all sorted out. So I shouldn't quite say the qualifying order just yet because everyone is everyone's kind of moving forward right now. So
I just love seeing this. So
what
many,
the pace? What the pace laps?
When you're as a
sorry.
driver, I mean that too, but like you set in. You know, and the pace laps, and someone like me, I always like to take a deep breath, and if I'm racing with people, I like to say good luck to them, and let's have some fun.
Oh yeah, exactly. And with a 25% here at Chicagoland, it's still 50 laps, which for some people is still a long time. I mean, I kind of hinted on it yesterday that even on 25%, these guys are going to have to stop at least once, and should a caution come on out, they're pitting more than once, so we're going to see how they go here. I'm going to be watching Packers here on the opening start here, seeing how that outside line kind of works, because you kind of led that inside line to victory right there. So we are green here. The 51 had a real good start there, but everyone's really jumbled on up. Blakey T already throws a 3 wide. Packers, ooh, a little bit of contact being made. Piper there in the bottom lane. The 16 really forcing his way down low. And the 89 is actually going for the lead. I'm actually watching the 16 and the 11 right now. And the 89 actually takes the lead right there. So, oh, but the 51 hits the wall coming out of turn 4.
It looked like Nathan just hit the apron a little bit, and it slowed up his momentum.
He kind of he hit the apron in 2 or in turn 3 and 4?
Yeah, in turn 2, it looked like he hit the apron that allowed Brandy to go ahead and take the lead.
I'll tell you what, right now, looks like Blakey T is firing on all cylinders right now. He is already looking for the lead. And I'll tell you what, one of the questions I asked about the in the interviews yesterday, you can see the different lines. There are a lot of people that are taking a shallower line. There are people that are taking a bit of an arc. You were a fan of the arc yesterday. What does that mean for corner exit speed?
It's huge for your corner exit, especially for someone like me. I like to use your phrase of slow in, fast out. So when you hit the wall a little bit, when you go into the corner and you let off and try and hit the apex off that off the arc, it gets you a ton of speed off the corner.
Well, that is what I saw right there from the 51 on the 61 right now, and that top 4 is starting to pull on away because I think it was the 68 of Piper actually that kind of hit the wall right there. However, the draft is so potent. As I see a battle for the lead going on there, we're going to be on board with that. The 61 goes with the 89 to kind of push him forward. The entire top side is rolling, but the inside is the preferred lane. No contact was made, and the 89 is actually able to hold it on the outside. However, right there in turn 4, the 89 is going to lose all that momentum, and that Racing for Jesus is now racing for position for P4 specifically.
That's great right there.
But you can
great
actually
racing so far.
You can actually see with that battling right there, that actually allowed that second pack to actually close on in. You said it's so hard to pass, but one thing that wasn't quite said was actually how much time you lose by battling.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that it's just you got to pick your poison. Do you want to sit behind somebody and gain time, or do you want to try and pass them because you know you're faster? It's such a tough balance.
Well, and actually, one thing that you can see right now is how close these guys are together right now. This entire pack is still together. At this point in the race yesterday, there was 2-3 people that kind of lost that pack. Right now, the 11 and 68 are on the brink of that, but right now with the 89 and the 20 of Packers side by side right now, that's kind of acting as like a big parachute, allowing for the 60 and Dakota to go on down. Now the 89's the potential of losing P4 right now, and he actually does in the tri-oval.
It's so frustrating as a driver. It is so frustrating.
And now that pack is now won again. 68 is of Piper being the caboose, and the 51 of Nathan, who wants that second win of the season. Now currently the leader here, the 61 though, in hot pursuit. And I think he's kind of laying back right now. But I'm still watching Packers here. Like I said, Packers was my pick. I know how he is on tires, and right now, I think right now he's just kind of picking his battles and seeing what he can do.
Oh goodness!
But never mind. As I see
this tight there, yeah.
As I see that the 16 kind of wash up the track, and that's going to lose him 2 spots. However, the 51 tried to get in front of the 89 because he lost the bottom, and now the 89 is going to be down below, and the 20 is going for the lead.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, commentator's curse. This is why we shouldn't talk about these battles here. But the 20, like I said, the one thing that I keep saying this, one thing that we don't really talk about that much that we want to emphasize here is how much of a Superman you feel in the draft. But as soon as you get that clean air, you're leading the pack, you feel like you have a big parachute. You feel like you're the slowest car on the track. How does that feel like from the driver's perspective, Xander?
Well, as a driver, you crave for draft, you want draft, and then as soon as you get out front, everyone is neck and neck with you as we have another battle for the lead. It's so tough as a driver to be in the lead because you feel so much slower than everyone.
Well, as you see right now, everyone is battling. 11 a baseball kid. Exactly what we said in the pre-race. Showing that little bit of racer maturity there. Could have thrown it 3 wide, but he chose against it and just kind of ducked in the bottom lane here. That is excellent heads-up driving from the 11, possibly avoiding a caution.
And that's what I love about Baseball Kid. A lot of people might give him a little bit of slack because of his age, but man, has he matured over these past couple of these races. I've seen him race so much, and he just gets continuously better and matures every time.
Well, I'll tell you what right now. Ooh, the 51 is deciding to throw it 3 wide. Oh, but he actually, at the very last minute, decided against it. He was about to be in the sandwich of these 2 call-it cars. We have the 11 and the 16 side by side. However, the 51 is looking to get back his track position, knowing that his main championship rival is make it 3 spots in front of him.
Wow, great racing so far.
Right now, as you can see right now, the patience is starting to wear thin a little bit. The 51 is trying to move forward yet again. However, the 68, looks like the 51 hit the apron a little bit. Same with the 20 in front of him as well. But what a 180 here from the beginning of the race. Brandon in the 89, who was P5, is now back in P2, and the 61 that was on the outside is now back in the lead. But that just shows how quickly things can change in Chicagoland. With the draft especially, I call Chicagoland a draft track, and for all intents and purposes it is. In order to do well, you have to stay with the lead pack, which is exactly what we saw yesterday. If you weren't in that top 4, you were not pulling away, or you were not winning. So right now, the 89 is deciding to take it to the bottom of the 61 here. Ooh, oh, low contact was avoided, but the 89 is going to try to get back to the lead here. Brandon, of course, kind of underestimating himself here, and he is able to move forward. The 20 is deciding, oh, which lane do I go with, the top or the bottom? And I think the answer is always going to be the bottom here.
For sure, this is one of those tracks. It's like Atlanta. I like to say it's the bottom is your lane, and you just gotta follow.
And one thing I'm noticing as well is that the 16 of Dakota is actually, as he, I don't think he knew the 51 was there. Almost sideswiped him into the wall. Thankfully not right there. And now the 51 is back into P4 with a lovely outside pass right there. I wish I could have a replay from a driver's perspective on that. Interesting line from the leaders here, kind of covering off the bottom. What do you think of that, Xander?
Well, I like that idea. I like we call it kind of the IndyCar kind of line. I like that because it allows the driver behind you not to get inside of you. When you're the leader, I think you're pretty much giving up the race if you don't protect that inside line.
Ooh, the 51 just hits the wall right there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you right there.
You're good.
Trying to get that arc, sometimes you actually throw it in a little bit too hard going to turn 1. You actually slap that outside wall.
Yeah, it's such a tough balance, especially because you want to get as big of a run off, and you don't want to let off when you know you're about to hit the wall. So.
I'll tell you what, right now, this pack is starting to close together yet again. That 68 and 11 were very close to losing this front pack, but with these guys battling, they're getting back into the thick of it here. This race may be actually decided by pit stops, and of course, as a pack, BS tried to get the undercut, and ooh, 3 wide, the 51 threw it 3 wide. That was very close.
That was risky.
That was really risky. The 89 was very heads-up driving, knowing that he was on top of 3 right there. The 51 knowing that he has to get out front here, I can only assume that they're still 3 wide. But the 61 clears. The 51 kind of backs out knowing that that's kind of a lost cause. The 89 still on the top side there. That's going to be ripe for the 20's picking right here. The 20 going to try to pick up a spot right there, but that top side is now the draft lane, allowing the 89 to have that momentum going to turn 3. But the momentum shifts to the 20 now as we exit turn 4, and the 20 gets it done.
So it's so frightening as being someone in this entire pack. Oh my goodness, there's so much happening that you just have to keep spinning your head around.
Oh, the 61 actually hits the wall, and he's the leader right there. And hits the apron as well. That's going to be a battle for the lead with the 51 sensing blood in the water, but he gets trapped on the outside. Now Packers is going to be the one, and that pack is all together. You get shuffled to the outside, you're basically guaranteed to lose 2, maybe 3 spots at best.
Packers kind of gave him a little bit of break there. He could have easily dove it down onto Blakey T, but he thought better of it.
And that's one thing I'm seeing right now. I don't want to interrupt them right now because I can only assume that when pit stops happen, we're about halfway. I don't want to interrupt this right now because one lapse of concentration could mean a caution and a loss of great racing right now. So
absolutely spectacular.
But one thing I've been seeing with the Monday series as well is that everyone's so equal. Of course, on Sunday you have currently six times either the 11 or 54 has gone to victory lane. However, here in the Monday series, everyone, as you can see, is very close in terms of skill. The 20 not giving any room on the top side, knowing that the 51 then also throws it down on the 89. That's going to shut him to the outside, but the 89 gets the run right now. And Piper, who was about to lose the draft, is now back in the thick of it. The 20 hits the wall on his outside and now allows the Piper to get P4. Oh, as I say that now, the 20 starts to fire back, but right now you can see that it is blood in the water right now. a loss of position, a loss of momentum is a death sentence, as you see that 21 being that lonely guy up on top.
It's so funny how things change. So funny.
But going back to what I was talking about with how equal these guys are, you can see it right now. 7 guys, you may think, oh, 7 guys, how good can the racing be? You're seeing it right now. Oh, looks like the 89. Ooh, had a little bit of a lag spike. There was a big moment for everyone kind of getting out of the way right there. Looks like I think that may have just been a singular isolated event. So thankfully that wasn't anything too crazy. But now that's 6. Yeah, we're hearing that right now, actually, from the 51 calling out the 89. Did lag a little bit, nothing too crazy, so thankfully that is still, as not race ending. I'm bored. Oh, Piper is going to be making the hard left on the pit lane. I think everyone has to realize that as well. Kind of give everyone the top a little bit. Now Piper is going to be stopping. So I can only... Ooh! But he spun it! No!
Oh,
Piper,
no.
you can't do that! That's literally what we were talking about, how hard it is to get on pit lane. So now that potential undercut advantage is going to be gone.
Oh, goodness.
The 51 now is going to be all 4 tires below the white line. Now the 51 is going to be coming down pit lane. We're going to be on board with him, seeing how he manages his pit lane right now. Really cautious, but nothing too crazy. He does make pit road speed, so which is very unfortunate from the 68 at Piper, though. He had an idea that he wanted to go for, and unfortunately, with him kind of spinning, going to the grass, all that advantage is going to be gone. Now you can see another wave of drivers here. Of course, that 20 is going to stay on out here. He's going to be on the outside of Baseball Kid, and he's probably going to stay on out once more. And it looks like the 16 is actually going to be the... Ooh, the 89 really close as well. The 61 gets the best out of that right there. So the 16 is actually going to get a lap ahead here with the 20 in hot pursuit. So these guys, I can only assume, are going to be stopping this time. Let's go on board with Piper here and see where everyone kind of shakes on out. So you can see the 51 exiting pit lane, and that is him already coming out on turn 2, and unfortunately that is Piper. That advantage right there is gone that he could have had. He could have been right with the 51, maybe even just in front, but that is huge for this race. So let's go on board with the 51 now, as everyone kind of shuffles on out with pit lane. Yep, now 20 and 16 did stop right now, so they are now down and away. The 61 gets out in front of the 89, and the 11 right behind that. 51, that's done. 89, and then now the 51 is going to be able, with that momentum, to take the lead here. So we're going to see... Actually, we may have heard that potentially the 16 and 20... The 20 may have had a pit road speeding penalty. We're going to see 16... Nope. Okay, so that was all pure conjecture here. So, but with how late they came on down, look at how much time they lost right there. I don't know if that was the strategy, Xander. What do you think?
I don't think it is either. That one extra lap doesn't really do that much for you, and these races can be won or lost off pit road. It's so tough and tricky.
Yeah, and you can see that the 51 and 61 are who pit 2 laps, or sorry, a lap away from each other. The 51 having the better of the 61, but this field is now really spread out now. I mean, the 68,
yeah,
despite having the issue there, is now still in P5. So he's still in the thick of it. Now the 20 and the 16.
That battle for the lead.
Ooh, we should go on board with that right now. As we see, as we pass on by, the 20 is making a move on the 16. The 61 now is out in front here. Now the 51, who has a lap older tires, is going to be putting the pressure on him, and is going to be below him yet again. Now what this is going to do now is going to put the 89, the 11, and the 68 into the thick of it. Now if these guys continue battling like that, yes, that group is going to be together yet again.
And if I'm Brandon, I love this. I love watching these two battle it out. I mean, also oh, that's tight.
That was really close right there. That
so
may have been
close.
contact in the 51's POV.
And if I'm Brandon, I love this. And if I'm everyone behind, I'm trying to get to the person in front of me, and I'm trying to keep in line. You got to try and catch this main pack because they're battling and they're going to continue to lose time.
Well, one thing I'm seeing right now is the 20 is already caught the 68 right now, and I keep talking about the 20, but the one thing I know the 20 Packers is good is tire management and late runs. He loves long runs here, and he has already caught this pack in front, and he's going to be trying to put the move on Piper to get him out of the way, and that will be for P5 yet again, knowing that his championship rival is currently leading the race.
It's a tough feeling knowing that. It's a super tough feeling because you're trying all you can do to get back up there, and it's so tough.
Well, one thing, he's going to be making the move on Baseball Kid here. Yep, already going to be down the inside. So that is literally 2 cars in 1 lap right here. So he is moving right now, but will it be too little too late? So I'm actually going to ask these guys now with a little bit of reprieve and see if we can get a lap update. Hey guys, this is Patton and Xander up in the booth. Could anyone give me a lap update, please?
Lap 34.
Lap 34, copy.
They're battling so hard. It's so tempting to stick your nose in there.
But like I said, what Brandon's loving right now is the battle that's going on. Blakey T, of course, having the fresher tires. Rightfully, it has a faster car, but that 51 having the never give up attitude is using that draft to the best of his ability, and I'm actually going to be seeing a move on him here and going into turn 3, unless the 51 decides to go against it, and he does actually. I think he realizes that right now the race cannot be won on lap 35, now about to go on to lap 36.
It's so tough though to sit in behind it. It's one of the things that the 54 yesterday Mopile Cat has such great sense of is patience. When you're in this situation, you just gotta have the most patience as possible, and you know you don't want to work with that guy, but you kind of have to.
Oh yeah, and like I said, now actually one person that's actually moving up with the 20 here is the 16. They actually pit together, and the 16 has not left the 20's rearview mirror. So Dakota, who has the best finish of 4th right now, is currently on pace to best that. Should he get around the 20 and the 89. And looks like the 61 and 51 we're actually losing time to all 3 of these guys.
See, I always looked at it this way: is when you're in this kind of a pack, I'd rather you push the person so we can make it a bigger race. But also, if I'm in this lead pack, I push the person in front of me so I make it only a 2-car race. I'd much rather finish 2nd and push the guy in front of me than finish 5th and try and battle him.
And I think the 20 has other ideas. I think he has the exact opposite mentality. I think he wants to get around the 89, but the 89 threw a mean block on him right there in the tri-oval. The 20, though, is going to have the momentum going into turn 3 here. What can he do? The Packers is going to decide to go the long way around the outside, and the 16 is going to be right behind it. Ooh, but one thing you saw right there is that the 20 tried to go slow and fast out there. The 16 didn't quite get the memo, and kind of bopped him in the rear real quick.
If I'm Packers, I just push. I think that, yeah, it's great and all to get by him, but I think you push.
But as you can see right now, by him trying to get around him, that actually allowed the 16 to go on by. So right now, the 89 is acting as the cork for these two moving forward. So as you can see, the 61 and 51 are starting to pull away just a little bit. We can see, oh, those two are hungry hounds right behind this 89. I do not want to be in Brandon's shoes right now, and he's up here in race reporting with us.
Ooh, a little bit of contact there, but I think if you're Brandon, you just let him go. And then you just try and get in line and try and...
Oh, but I don't know. The 89 had a massive, mean run on the outside, and he's going to throw... Oh, my goodness. Was that Dakota? Oh, my goodness. That was a move, and it did not work.
Tough racing. Hey, out of all these guys, one of them is only going to get an interview, so
Yeah,
they're trying
exactly.
their hardest.
And right now, Packers wants it. Brandon has it. Oh, but Packers right there is going to have the move, and he's going to be on the inside. Ooh! 10 laps to go is what we're getting. Ooh, but Brandon's kind of throwing him down on the inside, making that entry really shallow, and that's going to allow for Brandon to try to get and hold it on the outside, but no, Packers is down and away. All he needs to do right now is hold it on this turn 1 entry right now, and he should be able to pull away a little bit as Dakota throws it down the inside. Is going to shuffle Brandon up and out of the way. I don't think Dakota. I don't think Dakota wanted that. I think he's going to try to give it up right now. So yeah, that was wholly unintentional. But I think it's a little too late for Packers now as he's trying to move his way forward. I think the best of his tires is done, and these guys are going to be running on old tires. We are now 9 laps to go now, Xander.
This is crunch time. This is when you're 61, you're a little nervous, and then if you're the 51, you're very nervous.
Now here's the question: would you rather be the leader or second place right now?
I think I'd rather be the leader. I think it's so tough to pass on the outside, but saying that, the 61 kind of hit the apron, it's going to open the door. It's so hard to pass, but when you make mistakes like that, it opens the door.
8 laps to go.
8 laps to go. It's so tough. It depends on the track, though, too. I mean, Chicagoland's one of those tracks that I think you can win from either or.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, the 61 and the 51 are wanting to sort out who's going to be the leader here.
Going after it.
Yeah, right now, the 61 wants to be the leader, apparently, but one mistake right there opened up the door for the 51, and the 51's throwing mean blocks, but the 61 goes down low. One thing that these guys have to realize, though, is the more they battle, the more they allow... Oh, wow, that was mean right there!
Aggressive.
Oh, my God, that was aggressive. 7 laps to go right now. Can the 20, can the 89, the 16 have anything for the 51 and 61? Right now it's a 2-horse race, but everyone behind is trying to gain some ground. The 51, of course, is the points leader, and with a P2 right now... Oh, no, that's not what he wants to see. I think he may have just got tight right there, and right now I think he is just trying to move forward. That is 6 laps to go right now.
If you're Packers, you want a caution.
Of course.
Yep. You want a caution.
Yeah, of course. If you're Packers right now, you want a yellow. However, if if you're anyone but Blakey T, you want a yellow. Blakey T is just like, no. Rain? I think I see rain.
Yeah, everyone starts doing the rain dance in the pit box.
Oh, yeah. But one thing I'll tell you what, right now, the 51 of Nathan is not letting him go. He still has the draft. He cannot afford another mistake, though. Another mistake is going to be...
turn 1. Debris in turn 1.
Yeah, debris in turn 1. That's what. Yeah, Brandon's just like, yeah, there's debris in turn 1. Throwing the shoulder... You're throwing everything out the window. Hey, I think I see some debris right now.
Some oil on the track.
Yeah, there's some oil on the track. I can't drive this thing right now. It's so slippery.
I think this being this far back actually could help Nathan if he can stay in that draft just a little bit and get that run. Oh, it could be very, very big.
Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is 5 laps to go, correct?
3 to go.
3 to go?
That's a little long.
Oh, well, I was way off. I was way off, so right now I'm going to be on board with the 51 and Nathan because he is the one that wants this win, and coming to 2 to go right now, he has the draft. He's going to be gaining on these front stretch. However, it looks like the turns, though, Blakey T is reigning supreme. I like what the 61 is doing, though. That arc into turn 1 and 2 is beautiful. However, that draft is going to be the be-all, end-all right now. So the 51 is going to have the draft. He's going to have 2 more opportunities to get there, but he cannot afford another mistake. I like what he did right there.
Great line right there.
Great line. Now the 61 is going to be feeling the pressure here. He's breaking the draft. However, in a trialable, cutting the apron is actually the fastest way. So what can they do? Now he's going to be down to one more opportunity. It has to be done here. Going into turn 3, the 51, we're on board. I know there's other battles on track, but this is the battle for the win. The 61 is going to have a very low kind of defensive line, but the 51 is going to... Oh, I don't think he's going to get there at this point.
He's not. He doesn't get it.
Unfortunately, that will mean Blakey T will rack up another win.
Oh, yep. Wow, what great racing.
Nathan will get P2. I think Packers will get P3 out of that.
Looks like Packers got it. What great racing. It's so tough though when you're Nathan, because you're kind of stuck, and then Blakey T's got fresher tires. What a great race.
Yeah, that was fantastic, actually. Strategy was key. If I could have a full results, if I could actually have full results, that would be perfect. Thank you, guys. Awesome racing there. Basically pack racing, and you guys were really, really fun to watch. So, good job, guys.
The race had a little bit of everything. It had some hard racing for the lead, it had pack racing a little bit, and you even had some strategy in there.
Yeah, actually, of course, the strategy that won was actually a little bit of not quite as long as what Packers had, but stopping one lap before that, pitting with the 61 right there. And I understand why the 16 and Packers went long, is because when you pit like all in one pack, it means you're open to more people actually making a mistake, like running into you, going into pit road, and potentially getting a speeding penalty. So I understand why that wasn't an option, but it looks like because of that, Packers kind of held up. Was a little too late there, and it was just too far back to make anything. But yeah, we're hearing people saying it was so hard to pass right there, and yeah, we can see it right there. But Blakey T actually getting the fastest lap. Actually, that was a tenth away from the fastest lap yesterday. It was a 30.5 yesterday. All right, so let's get these guys up in the booth and see what they have to say. Brandon, while we are waiting on that, do you have anything you wanna say for the crowd? So you're just trying to hold on. Your car was just bad. Was it good, or what was it, like too tight, too loose?
Yeah, it was too tight. It was dragging.
Pushing like a dump
Like
truck.
a dump truck.
Yeah, see. All right, so with that, let me kind of go through the full running order right now. That was Blakey T, of course, with the win. We saw that live. Nathan in P2, Packers P3. That is the podium. P4 goes to Brandon. P5 Dakota. P6 goes to Baseball Kid, and P7 goes to Piper. So excellent race from everyone there. So that was. I'll tell you what. That was a surprisingly tight race, and everything all came down because of pit strategy. So of course we have our guys up here. Xander, do you have a preference on who you want to interview, or?
Let me. Might as well. I'll get the third place guy, and you can have the top two. We'll do that.
All right. Of course, real quick, guys, for everyone in the podium interviews, and make sure that you are having your audio on set to always allow, as well as making sure that you are not at the party screen, you're actually in game. So that's just so the stream can hear you. All right, Xander, take it away.
All right. Well, Packers, great racing from you, man. Obviously, you got that third place finish, which prompts you to be up here. So, I might as well ask the question, how was your race?
It was pretty solid. I didn't know if I was going to win tonight. It's kind of a tough track to stay in the lead at, but I was pleased with the car after the pit stops. I loosened it just a little bit, and it was already not too bad before that, and I always run well at this track. I just don't like racing at it. So third place is okay. I just want to win again, Dad. It, it'll come. That's all I gotta
Like,
say.
and like you said, such a tough place to keep the lead at. What do you
Yeah.
think lost you some track position? Do you think that the strategy was, or maybe you just didn't get on pit road that well?
I didn't really lose too much. It was kind of tight before we went into the pits. The guys in first and second just were working together better than everybody else, I think, for a while, and they just held up and stayed in first and second. And that was me and I think Dakota were moving through the field because we had, the newest tires, and then we caught up to Brandon, and Brandon was probably on older tires, and he's kind of hard to pass, and we got held up a little bit there. But if I could have got by him a little bit faster, it could have been interesting. But it was still fun racing. We all raced each other pretty good, and in a wreck, so that's all that matters.
Well, congratulations on your podium P3 for Packers.
Thank you.
All right, now we go on to P2 now, and that is actually our points leader. That is Agent Orange, aka Nathan. I just went past Jeremy Clements. There he is. So Nathan, I was actually just reading your the Discord message right there. You said you lost focus. You want to elaborate on that?
I just heard a bunch of noise in the background. I didn't know what it was. Trying to break ice up. I
Oh,
started talking to her, trying to figure out what was going on. That's when I hit the wall with like 5.
oh. See, Xander, we were talking about that. So I guess that's what happened. A
Yeah.
momentary loss of focus. It's unfortunate, but the best of that happens. I didn't want to voice it, but in turn 4 there's a Chicagoland glitch, and if you guys know me, I always hit that glitch. So um, coming out of turn 4, always just hit that turn 4 glitch, and I go spinning. So, but
I really felt like I was in the catbird seat. I was just biding my time behind Blakey. I felt way better than him in 3 and 4. He was slightly better than me in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I felt a little faster. Felt like in the closing lap or two, I could have set him up in 3 and 4 and made my move. Hopefully, too late for him to get back to me.
well, I will tell you. I'll tell you what as well. Blakey T has a stat sheet of his own right now, but I'm looking at yours, and this is your back-to-back or 2 for 2, I guess, for second place finishes. But I know there are some people that were advocating for stages. There are some people that say that no stages is best. I like to think that this entire race was a great example of what no staging is. Despite not coming up on the top spot, you are now going to be advancing your point lead. I want to say because I think both of you actually led a lap. So Packers on the pit stops. I think I saw him right before that, being in the lead, literally on pit road. And of course, you led a lap. You're gaining 5 points on him, and this championship battle is going to be tight. So, going to Darlington, how do you feel?
Darlington's hard. It's kind of like Kansas, they go up against the wall and you're falling back. So,
But you're good at Kansas.
yeah, I guess so.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, is that a challenge thrown down, or should we expect to see you up front, or?
I expect myself to be up front every week, and I get frustrated. So.
Well, there we go. All right. Well, Nathan, like I said, P2 is another podium for you right there. Like I said, back-to-back P2s right there, and you are advancing yourself in the points. So excellent job, excellent race. Let's see what we can do at Darlington. All right, and now we go on to Blakey T, a man who is always expects himself to win. How are you feeling today, bud?
Man, we're having a great time out here. We're celebrating, we're drinking cold cokes. We're having a great day right now. So, that's That's all. That's all we're doing right now. We're just happy we got another win.
And you were kind of down on yourself actually after you didn't win at Mid Ohio, and I'm sure you were really down on yourself after your sixth place at Daytona. How was your race? Did you expect it to be as close as it was, or I mean, because that was tight racing between all seven of you guys.
Yeah, yeah. We started in the back. We always start in the back. It seems like it's a regular at this point. But yeah, yeah. We knew we were good coming in here. I've won plenty of races here. And towards the end, it was mind games. I was trying to play some mind games a little bit, and uh, then I guess he ultimately lost focus and something happened. But yeah, that was a good finish. I was nervous. I was a little nervous. But he did good. He came and he gave me a scare there at the end. But we just had the better run off the corners there on the last run.
Well,
So
especially with a 25% or 50 lap race, strategy was key. Did you go? Kind of rewind a little bit. The pit stops was separated between four different laps. Um, you were the third group coming in. Was that planned, or was that just like okay out of necessity?
at first I did not pay attention, and then I looked. I was preparing for the pit stops, and I thought I was going to run out on the back stretch because I thought I had one lap left. And in my mind, I just didn't pay attention. So I thought I pretty much just ruined my race right there. But we had enough to get to the pit road. But it was kind of planned, I guess. I don't know. It was it worked out in my favor. That's all I can say.
Well, yeah, that's
but
actually what I was about to get at. It really did work out in your favor by pitting on that lap.
so yeah, cause I seen him coming. I knew he had the run. I knew he pitted. I think the 51 pitted a lap or two before me. I can't remember. Um, so I knew he was already kind of going to have momentum. So I just had to drive that sucker out of there because I knew if I didn't have the speed, I wouldn't have caught him or got a strap. So I had to drive that thing pretty recklessly out of the pits, and I was able to kind of hold my own there. But man, yeah, everything went my way pretty much tonight. So I'm real happy. The smile's back. The the confidence is back. So we're gonna go to Darlington and get another first place victory because it's one of my favorite tracks on the game. So
Well, there we go. And especially with you fighting for a title, both in the day standings as well as the overall Xfinity title, you will be gaining some valuable points with your win here. 180 points with that lap led, max points total, and hopefully we'll see what you can do at Darlington.
I'll take it.
There we go. All right. Well, Xander, I'll tell you what. We saw a lot of good racing, a lot of strategy, and a lot of moves and grooves.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Do you have any final thoughts? You want to lead us on out? What do you expect to see at Darlington?
Well, first off, I think that good racing was an underestimate with this field. I mean, there's so many great racers, and you obviously saw what the podium was, and even what the top five was. So it was great racing and great to watch from up here, and I'm very happy to be here today. And I think Darlington's going to be very similar. I think it's going to be very hard to pass, and you're going to have to be very patient with how you do things. And I think the best drivers will find themselves at the front.
Well, yeah, exactly. We're going to see Darlington's going to be a key, or the key to Darlington's going to be patience. So we're going to see who can be the most patient out of everyone here, whether it be a 25%er or a 50%er. We will see. But this is Millennium Racing League with your host. Thank you for joining me, Xander, and myself being Private Patton, and our in-race reporter, B-Right Racing, a.k.a. Brandon. Thank you guys so much for joining me up here. And we will be back for Darlington week. It is going to be throwback weekend for the Cup Series on Saturday, and then the Xfinity Series will be back on Sunday and Monday for Darlington as well. Custom schemes will be allowed, so we will see what crazy things you guys can see out on track. So we'll catch you on the flip side. See you Saturday, guys. Have a good one. Peace.